don't move. This is a question that appears in WASSCE almost every year. I am Dave. Today we are solving a problem that appears in our exams almost every year. Let's solve together so you don't have a problem when you meet it somewhere. Today we are solving a simple geography question, a question that is demanding very simple answers and it's very easy to answer them. Just do it for 20 marks. Are you going to skip this? No. Let's get into it. We have a very simple question. The question is asking us to draw an outline map of Ghana for a mark. So after drawing the map, we should insert the River Ankobra, the Bui Dam, and the Bawku. Bawku is a region. We should insert it in the map. So after answering the part A, we come up with 6 marks. And the next one is we should answer or we should list 4 major sources of energy in Ghana. 1 mark each, making 4. And the last question is outline 5 problems limiting the development of hydroelectric power in Ghana for 10 marks. So if you know what you are doing, we know we already have an answer to question B. We have 1 answer already. That is the hydroelectric power. It forms part of the major sources of energy in Ghana. So without wasting my time, let's get into it. So this is the drawing of the map of Ghana and the insertion. This is actually a complete one without intersections already. So we have the River Ankobra here, we have the Bui Dam over there, and we have the Bawku region, we have the Bawku region over there. So River Ankobra is located in the western region, flowing southward into the Gulf of Guinea. So the River Ankobra is found in the western region and it flows into the Gulf of Guinea or the Atlantic Ocean. That is where it flows to, but it's located in the western region of Ghana. So after drawing your map, you just make sure you know where the river is. It's in the western region, southwestern part of Ghana. So you find a place over there and make your insertion. Very simple. The Bui Dam is located on the Black Volta, on bordered between the Savannah and the Bono regions. That is where we can locate the Bui Dam on the Black Volta. So you see it over there. You made an insertion, a very nice one. That is the Bui Dam. And the Bawku region is located in the farmost north corner of the Upper East region. So that is why we see it over there, Far East region. Yeah. So we have Togo at this side and we have Burkina at the top of Ghana. So Bawku is we can say it's closer to Togo and at the same time it's closer to the Burkina. Yes. So that is it for the first part of the question. That is it for the first part of the question. So we are done with the first part. That is 6 marks. Let's move on to the second one. List 4 major sources of energy in Ghana. And as I told you already, we already have 1 point there for us. That is hydroelectric power. So we just state it. So let's add the other 3 to it to make it 4. So after the hydroelectric power, and when we talk about hydroelectric, whenever you hear hydro, we are talking about water. So hydroelectric meaning electrical power generated from water. We can mention the Akosombo Dam, we can mention the Bui Dam. They are water that is generating energy for the country. So that is one source of energy for Ghana. We have the thermal energy. It is generated from the crude oil or the natural gas. Not long ago, when we were having the Dumso, we heard people saying the gas from Nigeria is not coming. Yes, we use those gases or even our own crude oil to power our machines to generate energy for us. So that's also another form of energy. And we have the solar energy. Solar energy is the energy from the sun. It is now becoming very common in our households. People are doing it, and they are not depending on the hydro or the national energy again. That is solar. And we have the biomass. Biomass is a form of energy that we generate from wood. So we can talk of the charcoal, we can talk of the wood fuel, or yeah, that is the biomass. That is the biomass. So that is it for the second question too. List four major sources of energy. We are done with that one too. So let's move on to the final one. The final one is asking us to outline 5 problems limiting the development of hydroelectric power. So somebody will ask, why is Ghana depending on the Akosombo Dam? We are depending on water. We will be in the rainy season, but still the country will be experiencing doom so as we are currently having. Somebody will ask, but there is rainfall, so why? So that is what the question is demanding from us. We should answer that question. Why is it that we are not getting the full benefit of the hydroelectric power? What are the problems? What are limiting us? So let's move on to the obstacles. First one is the high capital cost. Building dams and power stations require massive initial capital or investment. You know, the Akosombo Dam have been serving Ghana for so long, and to get the best out of it, I think when Nkrumah built that dam, it was serving less than 20 million Ghanaian. Now we are having over 30 million. So at least we should have expanded the infrastructures of the Akosombo Dam, but because of high cost, we haven't been able to do that. That is why we are still suffering. That is one cost of it. Second one is impact of insufficient rainfall and climate variabilities. Climate changes. That's what we mean by climate variabilities. Whenever there is least amount of rainfall, we begin to have problems because we depend on it, and that is the only way it can also supply us with energy. When there is no rainfall, the dams cannot be filled and energy won't be generated. So sometimes when you are in a season where there is little or no rainfall, it becomes a challenge. Next one, consequences of dam silting. Human activities like galamsey and farming near riverbanks leads to erosion, which fills dams with silt and reduces their holding capacities. Yes, this is very true. When sand and those stuff get into the dam, it takes chunk of the space where water was supposed to fill, and it becomes difficult for it to store much water. And distilting this is also another challenge which comes with cost. And the last one is complexity of resettlement and compensation for displaced population. What the point is saying, when building or creating large reservoirs which can help the nation, it leads to displacement of people, and even the country paying compensation for people that we are taking their land to build the reservoirs. This is also another challenge that is confronting us. So this brings us to the closure of solving these simple questions for 20 marks. As I said earlier, they are questions that repeat itself almost every year. So we should take it serious, keep on practicing, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be bringing you more of this. If you have a question, you can ask in the comments. If you have something you don't understand, you can ask in the comments. I'll make a video on it. Thank you.